Hey everybody, welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all behaving yourselves. Today I've got a Blu-ray pickup for you. I think it's about 2 or 3 weeks since I've done one of these last, and things have been accumulating rather rapidly. So without further ado, let's crack on and show you what I've been receiving and buying. First of all, my friend Larry, you know, regular viewers of the channel, he always looks after me, and no exception. He's kindly gifted me 3 fantastic additions to the library here. Really do appreciate it, mate. These 3 are just brilliant, mind-blowing stuff. The first one Larry kindly sent me. A few weeks ago, Larry sent me Mosquito Squadron, you may have remembered, and I did it in my weekly watches. And I said at the time, I couldn't remember whether it was that one or 633 Squadron I'd actually watched. Now, Mosquito Squadron, when I watched it, it didn't ring any bells, so I'm presuming this is the film that I've seen before. And I believe this is supposed to be the better film of the 2. So I'll be watching that one pretty soon. 633 Squadron, starring Cliff Robertson, George Chakiris. Not big names, but yeah, should be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into that one. Next up from Larry. Larry knows I'm a big Jimmy Stewart fan, and this is a film I've never heard of before. Bell, Book and Candle. It looks sort of like a supernatural sort of comedy thing. It looks like it's going to be good fun. It's got Jimmy himself. It's got Kim Novak, who he starred with in Vertigo. And also Jack Lemmon. What a trio of fine actors they are. Can't go wrong with a bit of Jack Lemmon. That's a great combination, Jimmy and Jack. Again, really looking forward to that one. Thanks very much, mate. And also, Larry sent me over another film I've never heard of. He certainly likes to educate me, Larry does. The Green Man. Now, this is a British comedy with Alistair Sim starring, who I loved in Inspector Calls. It's a really favourite of mine. I think it's a comedy, he's a hitman and things are bungling. But I think the reason that Larry got this for me is he knows I'm a big George Cole fan. Now, George, for younger viewers and maybe like the American viewers, he starred in my favourite ever. I'll get it down for you. He starred in my favourite ever television programme, Minder, where he plays like a lovable rogue, and with his sidekick Terry, they get up to all sorts of mischiefs. And I'm always diving in and out of this series. Like I say, it's my favourite ever TV programme. It just never gets old. And I was watching another film with George Cole in the other day. Lady Godiva Rides Again, which weren't the best. So I think Larry sent that over, so I've got another one of his to watch. Yeah, like I say, he always plays like a lovable rogue. He did that in Minder, and he did in the original St. Trinian's films, where he played Flash Harry. And I'm guessing that he'll be a similar sort of character in this, but it's what he does well and what I enjoy watching him. So yeah, I'm sure you'll agree. 3 fantastic films from Larry. Much appreciated, mate. Like I always say, you don't have to send me anything. It really blows my mind, and I really appreciate it every time. Right. Nice cup of tea with the good tea bags. On to everything I've picked up myself now. Firstly being, I watched the Gary Oldman Dracula recently, and it got me thinking who my favourite Dracula was. And for me, it's Bela Lugosi, but I'd only ever seen one of his films. So with my vouchers, I picked up from CX the Dracula Legacy Collection, which has got, I believe, 6 films on. It's got the original 1931 Dracula, which I love. Dracula's Daughter 1936, Son of Dracula 43, House of Frankenstein 44, House of Dracula 45, and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein 1948, which I think I have seen. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more Lugosi as Dracula. For me, I am Dracula. I think he's the best Dracula. Christopher Lee's great, but this guy for me tops it. Cost me £25 in vouchers, which I kind of buyer's remorse afterwards. It was a lot to spend, but I might watch it, then move them on. We'll see. Yeah, but that's a Dracula Legacy set. Next, an eBay pickup from Cinema D. So I think it's about £4, and CXL this for £8 still. The House of Gucci. The reason I bought this is I thought Lady Gaga was superb in A Star Is Born, and I want to see her in something else. I picked up this just to watch her, really, because like I said, she's just brilliant in that. And I've heard this is not the best film, and is it Ridley Scott? I think it is, isn't it? Well, I am a fan of Ridley Scott, so we'll give it a watch, see what we think. That's House of Gucci. Next up, now I'm a character who's easily led by my peers. James messaged me that he was watching this, White House Down, and I thought, yeah, I'll give that a watch myself. I hadn't seen it for a while, and I went out to the collection, and unbelievably, I didn't have it. I was convinced I had a copy. I must have been a DVD a long time ago. Good brainless action. Got this off eBay, a couple of quid, so now I can stick it in the library and watch it when I want. James, you cost me a couple of quid there. Next up, charity shop. Thor, Love and Thunder. Currently on a rewatch of the MCU. I think the next one I've got to watch is Age of Ultron. I own them all. I think Eternals is the next one I've got to buy. And then I've got a couple more that are out of sequence. But Love and Thunder, sealed copy for £1 at the charity shop. You can't go wrong. I'll add that in. That's waiting for when I get that far. Another charity shop pickup. Never seen this film. I've heard it's pretty decent, pretty funny stuff. I think it's a zombie apocalypse. Put me right below if it's not. Cooties. Yeah, it looks just good fun. Sure it's going to be silly. Who's in it? Elijah Wood, Rainn Wilson, who I quite like from The Office. Alison Pill, don't know. Yeah, just I think those two that I know. But we'll give it a go, see what we think. For £1, can't go wrong. Next up, a film. Again, I think I've got a DVD copy. I believe the Blu-ray copy is now out of print, so I saw it quite cheap. The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas, harrowing stuff, hard to get through. But it's a seminal piece of cinema, and one that I think enjoys the wrong word. One that's a decent watch, put it that way. That's The Boy in the Striped Pyjamas. Next up, this was one that was always doing the rounds in Poundland. I used to watch people grabbing it, and I never did find it in mine. So when I found a sealed copy for £1 in a charity shop, don't know much about it, but I've heard it's a pretty decent series. That's Preacher's series 1, like I said. Know nothing, it'll be completely going in blind. I've heard people talk it up, so we'll see what we think. And next, another charity shop find. Mr. Nobody. I think this is like a Scandinavian copy. So whether or not it got a Blu-ray release over in this country, I'm not too sure. Don't know anything about the film. Looks interesting. Jared Leto, Sarah Polley, Diane Kruger, Rhys Evans, who I quite like, Juno Temple, who's in Ted Lasso. For 50p that cost me. Lost nothing if it's crap. Next I saw Sam Glendenning. He had this in his latest video. It's a film I'd seen before. I think I must have streamed it and really enjoyed it. Sam weren't a great fan of it. but it's one that I like. It's one of them cringy situations where people fall out and things escalate. I think this is a quid in CEX. Great cast. Jodie Foster, Kate Winslet, Christoph Waltz. Yeah, I really like it. Just goes to show not everything's for everybody though, because like I say, Sam didn't like it and he's usually a good judge. So I'll stick that on again in the near future and give it another watch. Another pickup, I think, did I get this eBay? Yeah, I think I got this eBay pretty cheap. If you've been watching me weekly watch ups, you know me and my son Nathan, and the wife actually, she's been getting involved. We've been going through the Tarantinos because my son had never seen them all before. I've seen them all, I've been through them all great films. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, again, I think I'd streamed it when I watched it, so I didn't have a physical copy. So that's ready to go when we get round to that one, which could be this Saturday, unless he's got a meeting with a bird he ain't told me about or anything yet. We'll see how we go. But yeah, looking forward to watching that as a family. Could be good stuff. The next three, I was swigging me tea, it's getting a bit of a sore throat. Footy and Flicks, shameless plug for my Instagram. Yeah, so the next three, we've been for a weekend away. You might have seen a video I done on location in Carnforth last weekend. Went to Morecambe, and I managed to pick up three things while I was away. The first one being, now this is a bit of a special pickup. There's on Morecambe seafront, there's a computer game shop called Lee's Games. I'm not much of a gamer myself, but I should imagine for gamers it's sort of a hive of activity. It's got all the retro stuff, your Sega stuff, your old PlayStation stuff, your Nintendo games. Absolutely, I should think any game you want has probably got a copy of it in there. And he sells a few movies. And he sells this, look, £5. This copy of Jason and the Argonauts HMV Premium, it's absolutely pristine. It's heavily out of print. I think you're looking 20-25 quid. You want to buy it off eBay. So to find it for a £5, I couldn't believe me luck. And it's, like I say, it's absolutely great condition. It's got art cards, postcards there, still sealed. It's got a digital copy. Look, I don't know if this is going to work. Probably not. If you can see that, if you want to have a go at grabbing that, like I say, I don't know whether it'll work, but if it does and you get it, all power to you. I don't do digital copies, like I say, I don't even know if they still work. But yeah, but for a £5, just couldn't believe me luck. He had a couple more that I should have got, but I never made it back to the shop. He had a Reanimator for a £5, and I kick myself now for not picking him up. And something else, I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But yeah, he had some good stuff. If you're ever in Morecambe, check this shop out, because it's really, really great shop. And I only go in there, I mean, we go to Morecambe about 2 or 3 times a year, but I only go in the shop maybe once a year or so, and the guy remembered me, said hello. So yeah, really friendly place. Lee's Games, Morecambe, seafront, hit it up if you're in that area. Next couple, we went on a Sunday before we come home. We had a half day in Lancaster, which sort of merges into Morecambe. Checked out HMV, couldn't find anything I wanted really. No sales on at the moment, so I didn't bother. Headed over to CX, and yeah, picked up a couple of titles. First being a DVD upgrade, Mulholland Drive, crazy David Lynch film. Don't fully understand it, to be honest. Lynch is a weird guy, but we'll give it another go. It's a great film, though. And lastly, for this video, another one from the CX in Lancaster, Bonnie and Clyde. Fantastic stuff. You all know Bonnie and Clyde, great film. Another DVD upgrade. So that's it. That's everything. Last couple of weeks. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you liked it. All that good stuff. You be good. Thanks very much. Goodbye.